I'll sort of demonstrate what everything does. Essentially, so the microphone is wireless and it goes to this receiver here, which then goes into this little thing here, which is a multi-effects processor. Essentially, I've just got a bit of, well, let's take that off, bit of reverb, etc. But then I've got other effects, so I can have this one, which goes.
That's so cool.
Which is kind of freaky.
It is. It's a bit haunted.
And I've got this, which is, you know, to get a bit of an accordion sound. And then this
Very
one.
Indianish.
So those are pretty. That's all I really use it for. Those four effects, and then this this just goes from one volume to slightly louder to this one here, which is the one that's made by Randy Landry, which just gives a more sort of distorted sound. And that's it. And then it goes into this.
Yes.
Which is an octave pedal. So if I play the harmonica normally, let me get one that actually. If I play the harmonica normally, it sounds like this. But I put this on and it sounds like a bass. And so that's how I get my bass lines. And then this is just a little bit of delay. So that just sort of... that sort of thing. And then this is... so those are the effects I have. It's actually pretty simple. And then this is the sort of loop station, as it were. So you can record something and then repeat it. Record something and then repeat it. Record something.
Oh, this is so cool.
Record something. And then you can just layer over it and then repeat it. 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 Etc.
Look, I've always heard people say a bag of tricks, but I've seen it today. This is a bag of tricks.
Well, yes, it just goes into this, which is just a sort of sonic maximizer, just tightens things up sonically. And then this is just a graphic EQ. I've just taken a bit of 400 and 800 out, you know, just to make it sound a bit better. But
I'd love to see what happens when you put this to use. You're going to perform a broken Promised Land.
Yeah. This is I haven't actually done this song that many times, so if I mess it up, you'll never know.
I'll never know. I'll let you get to it. I'll actually join Brett. So cool.
hand in hand across the desert's burning sand, focused on one common destination. Now we look back on every bridge we've burned, highlighting every single wrong turn. Tell me, how could two people have been so mistaken? Ooh, but there you go,
baby, here I am, lost in your broken promised land. Still trying to do the very best I can with whatever's left of the best of our intention. Seems you can't turn back the hands of time, can't uncommit a crime. No matter how far you run, you can't escape who you become. And you cannot unspeak hurtful words once spoken. Ooh, no matter how far you roam, say there's no place like home, but you can't go home. No, you can't go home. You can't go home. No, you can't go home once it's broken. Try to build our future on beautiful dreams. Dreams of dreams and only dreams, it seems, and they shatter so quickly once the dreamer is awoken. Seems I can't move forward without looking back. Trains derailed and I've run out of track, and it seems that all the game before was but a token. Ooh, but there you go, baby, here I am, lost in your broken promised land. Still trying to do the very best I can with whatever's left of the best of our intention. Ooh, seems you can't turn back the hands of time. You can't uncommit a crime. No matter how far you run, you can't escape who you become. And you cannot unspeak hurtful words once spoken. Ooh, no matter how far you roam, they say there's no place like home, but you can't go home. No, you can't go home. You can't go home. No, you can't go home. You can't go home once it's broken. No place like home, but you can't go home. No, you can't go home. You can't go home once it's broken.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe all the way from the Republic of South Africa, we have a very dear friend of Harpin by the Sea, the one and the very only Lord Dave Ferguson. Dave, how are you? We need you to unmute, Dave.
Man,
There you go.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. How you keeping, buddy?
You know, out of trouble. Yeah, out of trouble, but in a whole heap of mess right now. I mean, this COVID thing has really knocked I know everybody out there is suffering at the moment. But yeah, but what can you do? You just you struggle on and keep making music, so I can't. How are you doing?
What can you do? You can make music, and I'm loving what I'm seeing in your TV. Is that a TV screen or a microwave full of effects behind over your shoulder?
Let me drop. It's what it is. It's a second. I've just put a little camera onto my pedal board, and so and then on my vintage television, which which I've kind of modernized. Let me just.
That was good. That was good as it was. I'm getting a bit of reflection from your window.
Yes, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'll put the blind down. I'll draw the blinds a little bit.
Just angle it
so that you'll
back.
be able to see. What's that?
If you could just angle the TV just a little bit back the way it was. Push the left side back. No, the other way. The other way. That's got it. Perfect. That's perfect.
That's
good,
it. Yeah.
That's the way. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Great. So are you going to do some of your alchemy for us?
Well, no, I kind of I'm running low on lead, so but I've got a little bit of gold for you, Rich. You know, always, only. What was I going to say? Are we live? Are we going? Are we on?
We're live. If you're ready to rock and roll, we'd love to hear you, man.
I realized harp nerd fest because I realized I just had to retune a harp quickly. Because I realized it was way out. I was like, oh man, that's the one I wanted to use. So, you know, it wouldn't be a harmonica festival without this kind of last minute stuff. Let me try and get the screw in here.
Okay, you go with that, and I'll just mention to the folks that you joined us, of course, in 2016, Harpin by the Sea #6.
Yeah, was that #6? Wow.
Yeah, and you were on the same bill as Son of Dave, who you knew previously from your time in London.
Well, yeah, look, I mean, Son of Dave is, you know, really, to be honest with you, one of the massive pioneers of looping, and I certainly got into it because of him, and you guys are all going to be treated to him tomorrow, I believe. What time is he on tomorrow?
He's on later on. I've got the program here. If I just scroll across. He's going to be joining us tomorrow night at 1900 hours UK, 7 in the evening. Benjamin will be with us. And do you remember that Dave? Do you remember that wonderful occasion when you came to visit Brighton and you did a show at the Ranelagh Blues Pub, and then someone came through the door and said, "Hey guys, did you know who's playing at the other end of the street today?"
Yes, yeah. It was part of the Brighton Festival, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was Son of Dave. And we caught the last part of his set, and then we saw.
You managed to
Alabama 3.
You managed to sneak us backstage, and we brought the two Daves together. Alabama 3 were in their tent there as well. That was fantastic. Are you all tooled up and ready to rock for us? Do you think?
No. I've just lost a screw, unfortunately. I've got a screw loose.
You heard it here first. Dave Ferguson has a screw loose.
I've lost my marbles as well.
Okay, you keep going there. But Dave, also when he came over here, he was so kind. He actually brought all his kit, and we went into some schools in Brighton, and we showed the young school children what Dave gets up to, putting together or laying down all his own tracks and producing all his own sounds. And then obviously, Dave, when the days when I used to jump in a uniform and get in an aircraft and fly down to Cape Town as a cabin crew member, came to see you there. You remember? And
yeah, but listen, I miss the fact that you know, I miss being able to see you every now and again, you know, in Cape Town, just on a moment's notice, you know. But you know, the harmonica world needs you. So you know, so the airlines just got to lump it, you know.
But there's always one track you play, which is my personal favourite. Is definitely White Girl.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Look, in terms of structuring this hour, I'm just gonna kind of just wing it. I'll sort of play a couple of songs and just talk people through a little bit of you know, some of the caveats that I've learned about using effects with harp and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of there's so much out there, and it's all designed for guitars. But you know, with a little bit tweakage here and there, you can make it work really nicely for yourself, you know.
Great. Do you feel relaxed? You got all your screws in the right places now and everything?
I think so. Let me just see. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
let me just.
Certainly
that's-
sounding phenomenal this end already, Dave.
Okay. Let me just change headphones because Sorry. Bear with me. Bear with me, caller.
Yeah. Whilst we're here, just a quick time
That's better.
check.
Okay.
Quick time
Right,
check.
so-
Everybody here, 8 minutes past 2 in the UK, ladies and gentlemen. You're Harpin by the Sea 2021, and we are joined all the way from Cape Town, the Republic of South Africa, where it's looks nice and sunny and warm in the summertime down under there.
It is stinkingly hot. Yeah. It's like really, really. Yeah. I've just cracked open a beer.
Oh man, can you send some of that, the weather and the beer, up our way, please?
Well, I don't know, man. You know, Trevor asked me if I was going to be at the bar afterwards. I said, "Are you buying?" And he said, "Well, there's no alcohol there." I was like, "Well, oh, come on."
No, it's a dry bar. Are you happy to join folks in our breakout room afterwards?
Very much so. Very much so.
And you can sign a few autographs there for us and stuff. Fantastic.
don't-
Dave, I'm
I
going to
don't know
hand
how
over
that's gonna
to you.
be.
Are you? Would you like? Are you
Cool.
ready? Are you able to play some stuff for us?
I hope so. Let's start off with something. Let's start off with a gospel song. Why not? Shall we?
Okay.
In the water, away. In the water, ran away. In the water, in trouble, the water. Moses smoke the wild one day. You know my guy in trouble. You are in the water. Wait in the water. Wait in the water. Wait in the water. Oh, wait in the water. In the water. Oh, wait in the water, children, wait in the water. water. Wade in the water. 'Cause you know my guide in trouble. The water. Is chilling home. You know my guy in trouble. And it chilled my body, but it didn't chill my soul. You know my guy in trouble. And it chilled my body, but it didn't kill my soul. You know my God, in trouble, the water. You got to wait in the water. Oh, in the water. Wait in the water. 'Cause you know my guide in trouble. The water. There you go. There you go.
Dave, that's fantastic. We're getting a little bit of jittery on the Wi-Fi feed, but we're picking up.
Oh man, well that's to be expected.
That's to be expected all the way from South Africa. So you keep doing what you're doing. Have a swig of beer. That's
well, it is. It is the third world after all, and so bear that in mind. And yeah, so what's that?
I was going to say someone's already commented how much they enjoy what they're hearing, and they say it's really intriguing the way you're putting everything together. The sound is just fantastic.
Well, okay, well, and that's a good way to start. Let's talk about the basics of the wonderful thing about looping is it's something that you can do on your own. You don't have to. You don't necessarily have to. Phone your guitarist mate and bass player and blah blah blah. And oh, I don't know, my girlfriend's kind of funny at the moment and blah blah. So and I mean I got to, as you say, when I was living in the UK and hanging out with Benjamin and saw what he was doing. And and I just thought, wow, here's the way I can play. And really, I just wanted to teach myself harmony, and also be able to back myself and to feel like I was still playing, even though I was sort of working a day job and blah blah blah. So and the nice thing about anyway, so that started it all out, and it's a great way, especially with lockdown and social distancing and stuff. My advice to anybody in terms of hardware is get yourself an iPhone or an iDevice and download an app called Loopy HD, and that will and start playing with that, because it's actually probably one of the best loopers out there, and it's software based and it's on the phone. It's only Apple.
Could you give us the name of that app one more time, Dave?
Yes, it's Loop HD.
Loop.
Loopy LOOPY HD
Loopy
for like
HD.
high definition. and it's about £3 or £3. I bought it. Well, the only time I bought it, and it's an incredible app. You've got 12 channels of intermixable loops, etc. that you bring out. But essentially, what it does is you can sit there and you can mess around on your phone and kind of get comfortable with the idea of looping, which essentially is just trying to capture something. And I think, you know, brevity being the key with looping is keep it down to, you know, as few bars as possible. Don't try to put all the chord changes in there. You know, in fact, let's do some of that. What sort of encouraged me to keep doing with it and not worry too much about chord changes was I started listening to Wolf, and a lot of that stuff, like Wolf just stay, you know, the band stays on the one. He sings the changes over it, but yeah, he's just going and it's and it's not lacking anything. It doesn't move anywhere, but the feel is great. So if you can, you know, so I thought, well, you know, if Wolf doesn't need to play the change, you know, so why don't we do some? Let's do a little medley of some Wolf. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Right.
Well, she's hot like red pepper, sweet like cherry wine. I'm so glad you love me, baby. Love me all the time. She's my little darling, sweet as she can be. Well, all this love she got, no, it don't belong to me. If you hear me howling, calling on my darling, I said, listen at my darling. Listen here. Well, I know that I got a baby, and I know her love is true. Well, you ain't seen nothing till you see her. See it do-da-do. See you do-da-do. See you do-da-do. See you do-da-do.
2-inch waist. Everything's in the right place. She got a cool disposition. You love her too. Boys, when you see her, see her do-da-do. See her do-da-do. See her do-da-do. Where should we go from here? And you can just kind of mess with it, you know? Oh, smokestack of lightning, shining just like gold. Can't you hear me crying? Ooh, oh, ooh, oh. Oh, been here, baby, since I've been gone. Some little bitty boy, oh, can't you hear me crying? Ooh, oh. Let a poor boy ride. So yeah, man, kind of fit almost anything on top of it. We can start messing with it, just something like this. Man, I hit the pedal so hard it came off. Early in the morning about the break of day. somebody stole my baby away. Crying and pleading won't do no good. Come back, baby, don't wish you would. 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 Come back, baby, don't come back, baby, don't wish you would. Come back, baby, don't wish you would. Come back, baby, don't wish you would. People always ask me, you know. Say, David boy, where's your wife? She's out in the alleyway shooting dice. Tell me now, David boy, where have you been? I've been in jail and I'm gone again. In jail and I'm gone again. In jail and I'm gone again. But I just can't leave her alone. I'll tell you why. 'Cause she's a hot like red pepper, sweet like cherry wine. I'm so glad she loved me all the time. You hear me howling, calling on my darling.
Dave Ferguson, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, rock your socks off. Man, that was phenomenal. You groove, man.
Oh, well, you know, that's, what the hell? Come on. That's the other thing I want to say. You know, you kind of, you have to, the great thing about this sort of setup is that you got nobody to fall back on. You know what I'm saying, Rich? So, like, you know, if the groove isn't sitting right and you're at a jam or you're sitting with the band, you know, everybody's going to be looking at everybody else going, oh, what's up? You know, but with this kind of a thing, it's only you. And you have to kind of swing with whatever you lay down. So, you know, if I start off a loop, and it happens all the time, you know, it's just, the way I figure it is, you know, if you don't fuck up, you'll never fit it, kind of thing. So you just have to, and you know, it's the best way to learn anything is by making mistakes. So
I totally agree. I always say that to my friends. That's why I got a bunch of pencils with erasers on the end, man. And did you ever take up drums or percussion or anything rhythm like that? You know, because the groove, that's always the thing that grabbed me about your music.
No, I not really. I mean, I've taken out the trash, but that's not the same thing. But it's no. Look, it's look. I mean, you know, I've never been one for counting things. So I'm not mathematically inclined. So you know, I listen rather and feel. For me, what makes the blues swing is it's from the hip and not from the head. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, and the other thing is if you can kind of, I mean, you don't have to play the entire structure of a song to nail. You know, you can hear one snippet, half a bar of of a particular groove of something that you like, and go, wow.
Yeah, I noticed when you,
that's
sometimes
great.
there's a time that you drop in like Low Rider or Ico or something along those lines, you know?
Oh man, I haven't done those songs in a long, long time. But
Just when I was last down your way, Dave.
yeah, that was a long time ago, Rich man. You know,
It was now.
I mean,
Dave,
we've been getting old. Yeah.
Dave, someone's asking what microphone do you use there?
Well, this is my own custom design. It's basically a light fitting. You can see. I have to talk into it as well. So it's a light, but inside here is a. I think this one, the element is the 5-ball Audix 5-ball, with the volume switch taken out. I don't like to use volume, inline volume on my mics because because I don't have to worry too much about the rest of the band. So I'm only competing with myself, and I feel that volume pots on microphones, they dissuade you from changing your own volume. You know, playing soft and playing loud, etc., and getting a handle on your own dynamics, as it were, rather than waiting for turning the solo and down for this, that, and the other. You know. And then you tend to play at the same sort of intensity, and you rely on the volume pedal or the volume pot to kind of compensate, which I think is a mistake. Well, personally, because if you train yourself to use your dynamics, then and to be able to get finesse at softer volumes and strength and volume, soft volumes, and etc. 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 Anyway.
Dave, did you learn to beatbox prior to playing harmonica, or did that come afterwards?
No, I still mean to get onto that. Actually, I don't really beatbox. I just kind of, I just fake it. You know, I just kind of, whatever, and hope nobody notices.
Did anyone inspire you to start, putting together what you're doing now, or is it totally off your own back?
Well, yeah, no, Benjamin Darville, man. He was already well on his way to just establishing this incredible thing, and it was for me. It was like I said to him, dude, man, I really want to do this. I don't want to copy you, as it were, because it's.
But can I just get it established for the audience that are with us that you guys actually, although you're in Cape Town now, for a long time you were in London, and you got to know
yes, yeah.
Benjamin there?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I was playing with, it's a regular Sunday thing up in Cricklewood, I think, or, Cricklewood or Kilburn, and with some great players, man. Winston Delandro, who was Bob Marley's guitarist from 1965 to 72, like the early stuff, and a lot of legends that just used to sort of pop in and play. And I think Benjamin turned up at one time, and I think Dave Clark had seen him do his thing at a small little event, and he brought him up, and he did Low Rider and stuff there, and it just blew me away. It was like, wow, cool. And it was, and he's got a whole, his whole persona and everything is just it's so off center and fantastic, but really what he was doing technically is kind of, I said, wow, I really want to get into that, and so it took me a while. It took me a while to kind of to find my own way of doing it. I had to be very conscious of finding my own kind of voice within it, but and now I just don't care.
Well, do you want to?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, as and when you feel so inclined, if you tell us a bit more about your rig, or if you want to break into another tune for us, we'd love to hear some.
Yeah, more. Well, now talking about Winston Delandro, I used to love when I was a kid, about 14 or 15. When you're really starting to sort of invent yourself. That early roots reggae stuff was really resonated with me, and So here's a little song that kind of wrote itself purely because it's called Louise, and lots of things rhyme with Louise. So kind of wrote itself. You see? That's a fine example of you know, if you're gonna mess up, do it right, okay? Darling, please, don't let me freeze, just standing here alone. So tell me now, Louise, won't you let me know how can I be a fool for you and get along somehow? Some mistake, everything was fine till it went astray. So tell me now, Louise, will there ever come a day when our trouble's gonna fly away? Ooh, Louise, oh, Louise. You might turn around and find you need me someday. Then you leave me all alone, just standing in the grave, screaming and crying and calling out your name, Louise. Oh, Louise. Ooh, Louise. Yeah, I know, Louise. Louise, you know you're just a big tease. Break my heart, then you do as you please. Then you run around town throwing caution to the breeze. Leave me all alone crying, please, 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 Louise. Oh, Louise. Louise. Scooby-Doo-ba-day, why? Scooby-Doo-ba-day, why? Scooby-Doo-ba-day, why? Scooby-Doo-ba-day, why? Scooby-Doo-ba-day. I said, Lord, I got to keep on moving. Lord, I got to get on down. I said, Lord, I got to keep on moving where I can be found. Scooby-Doo-ba-day. Forgive me for not going back, but I'll be there someday. I said, Lord, I got to keep Sorry, man, there's a bad connection on this thing. You know, and then you can just kind of just ad-lib and do whatever sort of those old reggae classics, you know. Walk down the street with a baby on the cradle, miss your wine. Scooby-Doo-ba-day, why? Scooby-Doo-ba-day, why? Maybe someday I'll find a piece of land somewhere not too far away from everywhere. Then I'll call for my beautiful daughter and my nearly full-grown son. Till then, I said, Lord, I got to keep on moving. So give a little solo life, 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 give me little solo life, give me little solo life, give a little solo life. I stand predominant, I stand predominant one. So won't you tell me now, Louise? Tell me now, darling. How can I be a fool for you and get along somehow?
Dave Ferguson,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was sensational.
Thank you, man. I've got a really dodgy lead, man. I'm having to keep, but I don't know if you noticed the vocals keep coming out. But
You need
yeah?
to get more dodgy leads. They sound fantastic.
Man, I tell you, I've got all the dodgy you need, man. Don't you worry. So, how are we doing for time? Are there any questions that?
Got just under another 10 minutes. People are asking about what actual pedals you have on your rig there.
Well, you know, it's ever changing, but essentially it's a lot simpler than it looks. I'll walk you through it. So it starts here with this is my radio mic receiver, which is I've cut it down. I've taken the battery compartment out, threw that away. My belief is if something's worth owning, it's worth customizing. So anyway, so that's so wireless mic, high impedance. Obviously, the microphone. I put my own vintage impedance in the shell, and then so that talks to the transmitter receiver. That goes into this PX5D, which was Brendan Power actually put me onto this, and he was raving about it. And we were chatting at one stage. And I thought, man, and he was also messing about looping. In fact, he'd written to me saying like, oh, you know, what are you using and blah blah blah, and he was using this and swearing by it, man, and I love it. I mean, just just for the reverb alone, it's worth the price of admission. But you know, all the other bells and whistles, and you can tweak all your sounds. And so I put two little buttons here. So I can scroll through different effects. And then that's one of them. So that's I've got sort of 4 main effects that are on my patch bay, and then I can move up and down how I want to. Right. So that's the Korg PX5D. Then that goes into this line switcher. Or line selector, which is really, I just use it as as 3 volumes. This is flat. The green light on is just slightly boosted for vocals and some of the drum work. And then when it goes red, it goes to the harp attack. So the harp attack is on a separate loop, and can't really talk through the harp attack because it's. But I love the harp attack, man. Randy Landry, you guys are giving some of his stuff away in the raffle. Is that right?
Yes, a boogeyman pedal.
I tell you what, I've chatted with Randy, but I've never heard him speak, man. And last night I tuned in, and I must say, hats off to that man. He's a I mean, really, the harp attack on its own is standalone, the best bit of a kit I ever bought, without a doubt. You know, it's got a military spec tube inside it. I've had it for years, man, and I've gigged the hell out of it, and it's still going. Yeah, so what else was I going to say? So that's the harp attack, and then I just go through. I've got an octave pedal which I use sometimes. Sometimes I use a bass effect on the cork, and then I've got this little delay pedal which is a Moore Richo, and I like that because you can do those sort of sweeps and get this kind of effect. Know what I mean? Yeah, so that's fun. And then it goes into the loop station, and then it comes out of the loop station into the sonic stomp. Which BBE, it's a great way to finish it off, man. You know, it's like someone once described it as just all of a sudden taking a blanket off your speakers, and going, oh wow, that's how it should sound. It's a great little pedal, and once you start using it, you don't ever look back. And then I'm going to this Apogee over here, which is just an interface which I'm going into the computer, and others in harmonica land. Right, should we do one more song then? Oh, you're muted, Rich.
Gotcha. Sorry about that. Where can we get your music?
Right.
Where can we get your music?
You can't, man. You can't, because I haven't. I was going to release. I was going to put something out, and then some people persuaded me to put it back in again. No, I haven't released anything necessarily. There's stuff on SoundCloud and on YouTube, man. You're welcome to download all of that if you wish. And I meant to have an album out, and then I just kind of, life got in the way and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. But I may well still do it. I was just happy gigging. But now the gigs are running up.
We can catch up with you. You've got a lot of material on YouTube, right? We can check you out there. Dave, if you'd like to get this out for another 3 or 4 minutes, then I'm going to hand I'm going to hand over to Paul Gillick after that, and we're going to bring in Blue Moon harmonicas into the studio. But ladies and gentlemen, if you kindly please show your appreciation for Dave, we have a PayPal fund for Dave and all our artists. And show your appreciation, give him a big round of applause, joining us all the way from the Republic of South Africa exclusively for Harpin by the Sea 2021, returning after 7 years, 8, I don't know, too long, Dave. Coming very soon.
And just £1 a day, man.
Over to you. Play us out, Dave. Looks like the feed may have just cut there. We'll keep talking just in case it comes back in again. In that case, Uncle Russ, if you could be on standby for me, please, and thank you, sir. That's great. We may have lost the feed today. In every case, put your hands together in case he can still see us. Give him a great big round of applause for Dave Ferguson. Do check him out on YouTube. My favourite track he's ever done, as I put in the feed there, is called White Girl. Check that track out, and all the others on YouTube. We'll try and get Dave back again, but we'll see if we can persuade him to go. If he does get back, we'll try and persuade him to go into the the breakout room. In the meantime, Uncle Russ, if you'd be so kind, let's run VT.
treasure chest, my golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo. You, ooh, baby, you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Overland I have achieved. It may be hard for you to stop and believe, but for you, ooh, baby, you, ooh, I'd leave it all. So baby, won't you tell me why I should ever make a change? Friends and family, they don't understand. They fear how much they'll lose if I take your hand. But for you, ooh, baby, you, ooh, I'd leave it up. So baby, won't you tell me why I should ever make a change? Baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go. The list goes on, but just one word from you and I'll up and run on to you. Ooh, baby, you, ooh, I'd leave it up. Baby, won't you tell me why I should ever make a change? In Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, my golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo. You, ooh, baby, you, ooh, I'd leave it up. Friends and family, they don't understand. They fear how much they'll lose if I take your hand. But for you, ooh, baby, you, ooh, I'd leave it up. Baby, don't you tell me why I should ever make a change. Cause baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away. My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, my golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo. You, ooh, leave it up to you. So baby, won't you tell me why I should ever make a change? Baby, if you want me, then all this will go. Baby, won't you tell me why I should ever make a change? Baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away. Forget about your rap sheet, say you got something cool. Yes sir, I got what you need, sir. I got your 3 bags full, and the dish and a wave of a spoon, and the dish and a wave